Alright guys, Frosty Brostorm back with another Meet Slime Tree video. I am welcoming my best friend, my best man, and the man with no mane, Gazi or Gozzirra. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just happy to be here.
Hell yeah, I like it, I like it. So, quick question. How long have you been playing Maple Story?
On and off, probably what, 12 years?
Has it been that long?
Well, I started on Windia when we were in college. So yeah,
Oh yeah, it has been a long time. Okay. Dang, that's crazy.
and
Wow, I can't
zero,
believe it's been that
nothing to
long.
show for it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's okay, it's okay. So as a little bit of a joke between a lot of our personal friends, what is your current main?
Uh, TBD.
TBD. I like that answer. Um, Now the Challenger World is coming up, and it's going to be a really big deal. I think it's going to get our friend here a step ahead of the curve, and it's going to allow him to kind of catch back up. And have you decided what class you'll be playing for Challenger World?
Len or Ren or
The
whatever
new
it
class,
is.
Ren? Okay.
Yeah, the new
Now
one.
you're for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean that, but we'll see how long I stick with it.
You're gonna trigger Nemo, dude. Nemo's
Oh yeah,
gonna.
100%. 100%.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What was I gonna say here? So what I know that you kind of haven't really figured out a main yet. I know, and that's okay. It's fine. A lot of people played a bunch of different classes. It takes time to kind of figure out what you vibe with and what you like. Um, so I guess my next question for you is, a lot of people have been kind of having some pain points about the game. Now, as somebody who is, even though you've been playing the game a long time, you're new to the kind of the midpoint of the game, like doing C10 and kind of that point on. So my question to you is, what have been your pain points as a newer player before we get all of these updates coming in?
I think the biggest one has been almost a lack of content, as well as the amount of dailies and weeklies and stuff you've got to do.
Hmm.
And then the last two um, big burns we've had, where we've had the item burning. The item burning gets you up to 265, 270 pretty quick. But then you're at a point where doing the epic dungeon is almost not worth the time because it takes hours, and I'm only 8k Legion, not even 8k. I think I'm 7k.
Hmm.
But it makes it very difficult to try and progress if that's a big part of your kind of frag intake and everything, as far as what you need and early on. And then the dailies and the lack of, or for how long they take, especially going back to Arcane River,
That's
it
an
gets
anomaly, by the
monotonous.
way. See how your vision's getting smaller?
Ah, yeah, you're right.
Yep. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Um, but I think those are my two big ones.
So you're
The
saying like the difficulty curve is kind of what dissuaded you from like going further. Like you felt like you were kind of falling behind, I guess, like the curve of other people who had already established themselves like over a long period of time, like joining
There's
later.
that, and I don't want to take away from the time and effort that people have put into their accounts, because
Hmm.
I mean, getting 9k, 10k, and higher Legion, that's it's a feat.
Yeah.
um, and it is something that people see and they're just like, oh well, that's easy. Well, I mean, maybe if you don't do anything but Maple, but as someone who enjoys multiple games at a time, I think one of my biggest things is that
That's an
it's like you
anomaly.
have your
The candles are lit.
yeah. Um, what candles?
No, they were lit. Yeah, go left.
Um, but
You got it.
one of the biggest things is it feels like there's um, you get up to 260, 265 or whatever, and then that
Yeah. Yep, you got it. Can you press it again? Keep going. It's weird,
it's
right?
like well you hit those gear marks, or you hit like that 265 plus,
Mhm.
and you're able to group up and do the bosses, but you hit this curve where it's like progression just halts, and I feel like they either need to slow down progression, or they need to speed it up, because then you have your weekly bossing or whatever, and other than that all you do is grind, and the events and stuff are great for people that want to sit there and grind, and you need the meso and everything, but it isn't enough for me.
Fair enough. So I guess my question is, I don't know if you've read some of the updates that we're getting, but one of the big updates that we got was that they were implementing a pity system for pitch items. So now we get one like a pitch crystal, and when you acquire 10 of them, you can buy a pitch item. And so my question to you is, do you feel like that is gonna oh, and not only that, when you boom an item, you can actually, oh nice, you actually finished it. Awesome. Now you just get the reward, and the first one you can pick a mask. Claim reward. No, no, you forgot
Already
to...
claimed.
Oh, you did
Oh.
the mask?
Yeah.
You did? No, you didn't pick
Yeah.
your mask though.
Do I have to go back through it to claim?
No. Just, yeah, talk to the...
Yeah, I got
Oh,
it.
you did. Oh, okay. My bad. That's my bad. Okay. So my question is, I think a lot of people did that mask. It's pretty nostalgic. Nice. There you go. So I guess my question to you is, now that, so when you boom an item, we have something where we're going to be able to grind to restore that item, or do like boss points, and you can actually restore it either grinding or doing bosses. Do you feel like that's going to make it better for somebody like you who hasn't necessarily gotten to that stage yet, because you're still very much in the point where it's like early to mid game, where you're like right in that like sweet spot? Do you feel like that's going to make it better for you as somebody who's starting out to kind of accelerate your progression into having a C10 character to kind of fund the rest of your account?
Very much so. Is the pity, like, even if something doesn't drop or you don't get the drop, you still are guaranteed a pity piece for every boss kill?
Yes. Yeah, I think you can get 7 crystals a week, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, that's huge, because that's going to speed up progression a lot. And even if you don't push it, I mean, getting a pitch to what, 17 is still a huge upgrade from anything you're going to have before that.
Yeah, because I think what we're going to start seeing is people are going to be like 10 set pitch at like the mid game, and so it's I feel like it's going to be more catered towards star forcing now and cubing. So acquiring the gear is going to be better. But not only that, as somebody as yourself who plays a lot of characters because you want to experience different classes, now that we're going to be able to trade Absolab and Arcane boxes, do you think that would make that easier for you to kind of, like, if you want to switch up a character, you can just dump some armor on that character and then just start farming again?
Yeah, I think it would be a huge benefit to someone like me, who's an absolute altaholic with zero chance of picking a real main in the near future. Um, it's because there are so many classes and I haven't played many of them at all, and fifth job used to be the point where the fourth job even was where you really started seeing the class's identity come out.
Yeah.
And then it was fifth, and now we've got sixth, and sixth is just insane.
Yeah, the grind is a lot.
Um, but I'm I'm excited to see how the changes affect players like myself who don't really have a lot of progress,
Hmm.
and then new players coming in.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna I guess incentivize players to kind of stick around longer. I think it's gonna make it better um for you to be able to find a class that you want to stick with and kind of keep going. And so my next question is, if you do, end up really liking Ren and you're enjoying the class and you're having a lot of fun, what kind of goals do you have for the game? Because I know you haven't experienced a lot of the I guess content that maybe a lot of the people in the other or a lot of the other people in the guild have. What kind of goals do you have with the game? Like if you do end up wanting to push for yourself, like where do you see yourself going?
Um, I would say ideally the goal would be 285, but it really depends on how things play out.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like 285 is a very lofty goal for someone like me who had to use an event and a bunch of potions just to hit 280.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that getting there is kind of the next step because, I mean, Baldrix requires 290,
Yep.
and so that's huge. Um, but I've never done Saren or anything higher.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because you
so
you've done
getting
C10 with us in parties, so you've at least seen those bosses.
right, and I can do those mechanics. I mean, I can't solo them, that's for certain.
You'll
Um,
get there though.
but it there is a lot of content that I haven't experienced, but
Mm-hmm.
I also hope that they add more for people to do. Um, and I know that battlegrounds at one point or PvP was a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and from my understanding, it did not go over well.
No,
Um,
no, it did not.
but I would like to see more things for people to participate in that reward meso or um, potentially like ring boxes or something,
Mm-hmm.
just because people need rings. And um, if you had something else to do that you could do that was enjoyable, that wasn't just mobbing, I think that it would add a bit of variety for people um, that may need a break or want a break from the monotonous, especially, you know, you've got to try to find a map. Once you find a map, then you've got to hold the map and um,
Well,
up all your
they
buffs.
did actually change that recently. Finding a map is much easier now that you can have four people in the same map.
That's fair.
Yeah, so now that's not so much of an issue. So I get okay. So this is kind of a bigger topic. So with classic Maple Story coming out, do you seem interested in that? Is that something that you are interested in trying for the very first time?
I am open to the idea, but as someone who never played it
Mm-hmm.
and basically spending the entirety of my time on Kronos and the late or the early stages of my Maple Story career in Windia,
Mm-hmm.
hearing the horror stories of Classic and how hard the grind was and this, that, and the other, it would definitely be something to consider. But then again, I have no idea what class I would play.
Yeah. Gosh, dude, that is gonna be the one thing, finding a main. That's definitely the hard part. So I guess like a couple fun questions for you here. What if I always ask everybody this because I think it's fun. If you had an idea for a class in the game, what would it be and why?
It would be a character that uses. It would be similar in play style to Blaze Wizard,
Hmm.
or a combination of something like Blaze Wizard and Fire Poison, and even a little bit of Battle Mage.
Okay.
Basically, it would be a mage that uses dark magic, and it would either be that or it would be that with a little bit of the Lin aspect in, where they would be able to summon like instead of like the Lin's like elemental things or the petals or whatever,
Hmm.
it would be
Oh, are you talking about
um,
Lara?
yeah.
Okay, Lara, got
Wait,
you.
no, Lin, because she's got the buds and stuff. She makes bloom,
No,
right?
that's Lara. Lyn is the beast one with the bear and the bird.
Okay, so it would be like Lin then, yeah. And you'd be able to cast your abilities over on these things, and it would summon like um
You're still confusing it. The one with the petals where you cast abilities on them to activate the dragon veins, that's Lara.
okay, so then it's Laura. Okay,
Lara.
yeah. Okay, yeah, because Lin's the bear wolf
Yeah,
bird
yeah, the
lady.
bear and the wolf and the birdie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you'd be able to like cast a spell or interact with those to summon like a dark magic orb or a sphere or something that just kind of pulse damage, or even potentially summon like a skeletal mage or something that would sit there and cast in a certain direction for a certain amount of time.
Okay. A little bit more
But
detailed than some of the other responses. I like it.
I I love like the warlocks and the necromancers and stuff.
Yeah.
Both their gameplay and aesthetically, I think they're amazing, and I'd love to see something like that come to Maple, because um, every game that is a grindy game like this, I
Hmm.
haven't found a single one that has one that's worth playing. And the closest thing we have right now is Kana.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah, I would say sorta kinda, yeah. Okay, cool. Um I guess my next question is oh, what's your favorite food? I always ask everybody this.
Am I supposed to give like a politically correct answer?
Yes.
Then it's tough to say. I
Politically correct answer. Oh gosh.
the I would say if we're talking about sweets, I would go ice cream, or tiramisu.
Oh,
And
nice.
if
That's a
we're
good one.
talking about just like food in general, I'm more of a craving person.
Uh-huh.
Over the last probably 7 to 8 years, I've just gotten to a point where I eat for nutritional value more than I eat for what I want or what sounds good.
So you're eating Soylent every day, right? Just like
Kinda.
kinda. Just Soylent all day long. Okay.
Um, Perfect bars, actually. I would say that. Perfect
Okay.
bars.
All right. Sounds perfect. Exactly. Um, I guess my next question is, so what is the highest boss that you've soloed as of now?
Dear Jesus. Normal Gloom.
Normal Gloom. Okay, cool. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's at a different stage. So I guess to wrap up this video, if the Challenger World goes well, and I think it will, I think it's going to change. I think it's going to add a lot to the game that you were kind of struggling with, and that kind of, I guess, dissuaded you from kind of moving forward. If it goes well, do you see yourself doing those grandest bosses like Hard Saren and Kalos and Kaling and stuff like that?
Oh, I very much do, and I'd love to do so,
Hmm.
especially with the group of people that we have in Slime Tree. Doing bosses with the bossing party that we've set up or that you set up,
Hmm.
um, has made it so enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I know I've been away for a bit, but um, the amount of fun that it adds to it is a huge factor.
Hmm.
But and it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, where the one thing that I think that is kind of a big thing for me is that after you do your weekly bosses and you do your daily bosses and stuff, there's not really much to do. And I'm not a person that has C10E boss alts,
Yeah.
so it just it gets to a point where you do your bosses on one character, maybe two, and then the rest of them you burn through, and then all of a sudden all you've got left to do is log in for your dailies, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I struggle to find the joy in just mobbing.
I think a lot of people actually share that same sentiment. Especially for myself, I view grinding as something that, like, I'm kind of neutral on it. Like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I think for myself, I use grinding as a way to just kind of de-stress. Like, I can just pop some coupons and just go grind, and I still know that I'm making 6th job progression, and even 5th job progression with nodes and stuff like that. So I think, for at least for myself, I'm pretty neutral on it. But I do know there's a lot of people in our guild, they hate grinding, or they hate just kind of sitting there mindlessly. But I think a lot of us will actually just grind and talk in Discord too. So I think grinding is a very social aspect of the game. So I see where you're going with it. I kind of understand that.
And I would say on that note, one more thing that I very much dislike is that arcane symbols do not drop in Grandis.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fair. I think they're changing. I know they're changing a lot of stuff here in the future with weeklies and dailies. So the good thing is you're at a point in your account where you don't actually need to do the Dark World weeklies or the Scrapyard weeklies anymore, because you're going to be able to trade those Abso boxes and then even Arcane boxes when you start soloing or doing those C10E bosses more. And then so you don't ever have to touch those again. And then the other good thing is the I think they said they're changing like weeklies or dailies. I know that the 3000 mob daily is becoming a weekly now, so we're gonna be able to solo a bunch of mobs, kill a bunch of mobs, and then just get all the rewards in one shot. So that's definitely gonna be a lot better. I think there's a lot of quality of life changes that are coming that they've announced that I think is gonna make it more beneficial for somebody in your account progression to just make it a lot better. But with that said, is there anything that you want people to know about Slime Tree?
I mean, where do I start? I would say if there was one thing I had to say about Slime Tree, it's that I have had nothing but good experiences and met nothing but incredible people in Slime Tree. Everyone is a little different, and we've got some people that are a bit more withdrawn, and then we've got some people like myself that are very outspoken. And
No, you don't say.
the amount of fun that we have in Discord and just hanging out with each other and even playing other games together is great. And it doesn't matter what time of the day you get on, there's always someone on doing something, and the company is always great to have.
That's good, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I guess that kind of wraps up the interview. I appreciate your time coming in here and sitting down with me and bullshitting for a little bit. Is there anything last you want to say to everybody?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. You heard it from the man himself. Well, all right, man, I appreciate it, and I guess I'll just talk to you later.
Sounds like a good plan. Have a good one, buddy.
Peace.